reason I come to America is to find different educational system and to provide me opportunity to learn different ways that I used to do in Thailand.
Because I think that the education system in America is much better in China, and I'd like to experience American students' life, so that's why I came to America.
Can you tell us about a regular school day in China?
Regular school day. You have 10 minutes block between two classes and you never move your class. And you have classmates all day long. You have 50 people in your class.
Okay, so how many hours to spend at school each day?
The most I had was 14 hours.
14 hours?
Yeah.
So start from
6
a.m.
6 a.m. to 8 p.m.
I would say 8 to 9 hours a day. There was a lot of classes going on.
So what do you learn back home in China?
Basically, as everybody knows, is all the math, all the physics, the chemistry, the stuff, you know, Chinese are good about. They are crazy about how to train their students to do all the problems, which we are good at. And I do learn something from them, but not so much. They are not applicable to your life, so that's pretty much where Chinese style about learning. For me, it's like I will do homework until I sleep.
So when you sleep?
Not before midnight.
Midnight?
Not before midnight.
Basically like all Asian countries and British system. So we had fixed schedule from Monday to Friday and there are lots of classes. Like I cannot even name them right now. There are tons of classes going on in a week.
Is grade important in China?
What?
Is grade important in China?
Yes. No. The daily grade is not important, but the exam is important.
The gradings are like the crucial points, like what you can do with your life. You can study like really good with your good grades and you have more choices if you study with and have like good grades. But if not, you're gonna limit yourself from doing things that you would like to do.
So is grade the only thing to determine whether the good or bad student is?
Pretty much.
They don't record your participation grade. They don't record your homework. Homework doesn't matter pretty much unless it determines how teachers will like you. So, well, test grade is pretty much the only thing how other people can know you.
Daily exam, it doesn't, if I get 0, it doesn't make anything. And the final exam is, it kind of tell people how you studying and working.
So so are you saying that in China teachers don't care about the process of studying, but the outcome?
Yeah, exactly.
I disagree with them actually. You know, a person's personality, that is very important. That's much important than how people do well in school.
The academic things are useful, but it's that the school doesn't teach you how to be a good person.
It's not a good thing to measure a student just by grade.
Are you saying that grade is everything for Chinese students?
I guess it is before they enter college, because the college admission is only based on a single grade.
Yeah, they want to be like the top of the 9th grade or whatever. They want to be the top teacher, so they want their students to be good. Yeah.
So you think their motivation of teaching is not completely pure?
Yeah. No, you can say that.
Have your parents ever punished you?
Maybe when I was a little kid. Not anymore.
They did. Not anymore. Like if I do bad, they can't just come here and beat me up.
Can you give any suggestions to the current Chinese education system?
Yes, I think about it for a long time. Well, the problem is the population is such a mess. And right now there is actually not an alternative system to deal with it, so it's a tragedy. The only way is actually great, nothing more, but it's a tragedy.
So it's unfair, but somehow it is the fairest.
Yes, it's unfair, but it's the best solution for now.
It's hard to change the way that they teach, and I don't know, I like it here.
It's over $15,000, including the boarding fee, so it's a big deal. I must say this, I'm really grateful for my parents, which can offer me this experience, this chance.
We learn differently. We have our own choices to learn what, to choose what we're learning. And in China, you have major things, and the math teacher may take over your music time or your free period to study other things for major subjects.
It is definitely worth, because, well, first of all, the education system. America has the best education system.
In American schools, teachers will give you lecture that is not, they're not gonna force you to write every single thing they write on the board. So unlike in Thailand, teachers will come in and write stuff on the board all over the place, and everyone is supposed to write them down, and that's your notes, and that's it. You have to study that, and you are more likely to get good grades if you study your notes that teacher gives you. So that's not kind of what is the right way to learn. It may be for some people, but for me, I think like in American school, teachers will let you think before you're gonna summarize stuff. Like particularly in science class, you have to think more than memorizing. You have to know the concept and how it has been developed and how it can apply to the problems.
China is still an authoritarian government, and when they design their education system, they must try to think about, do not like their students know more about politics, so they will try to somehow fool their people. Like in their politics textbook, in their history textbook, they will not always tell the truth. But in America, it's pure education. A right education system should suggest like cooperation, community, this idea, this aspect, how people can work together. Yeah, this is great things, and students should learn. And science students did a pretty well job. I love the community day.
This is really important. Like the first word that would come into my mind when I think of Sandy Spring in like next 10 years would be community, because schools are pretty small and everyone knows everybody else, and not just knowing them, but they're collaborating with you in the classes and projects, and even on dorm, they like to hang out with you and everything. This is part of your life.
There's an issue between international student and American student. No.
Yes. Communication?
Yes, communication. So do you think it is a problem?
It is a problem. The international students programs, the original meaning should be supposed to let more international students experience how American students study and live with their friends. And right now, it seems like we accept too many international students, which
I agree.
they group together and spend life in their own group. So it is an issue. I agree.
Suggestion.
Suggestion?
Yeah.
Well, accept less students.
For me, I'm the only Thai student here, so I have to adjust myself to communicate with them, and therefore I didn't have that much trouble. But I've seen other international students from major group with the same country, like from China and from Korea. They kind of stick together to still. I know what it means to stay together with your own country. It means like you feel more comfortable and you feel like you're not alone. But the language barrier is maybe another story, because if people like to communicate with Americans, they can do it. But regardless of what they have in language barrier, if they like to, they can do it.
For myself, I think there's nothing we can do except self-motivate. Everything is determined, ultimately is determined by this one himself or herself. So if he want to do it, he will do it. He want to make friends with American, he will eventually do.
You're green, so I can still sit with my friend Laura Kit? Like, no, you can't do that.
Not a big fan of grades.
All right, I'm a fan of grades when they're good. You know, if they're bad, I want to like hide from my family.
Yeah. Okay, I got you.
All right.
I mean, with my family, my parents really count on us to be responsible and to do our own work. So when we get our grades back, it's kind of on us to do well, and they're really proud of us when we do well. But also, I think because we've been given so much responsibility and independence, my brother and I like feel bad on ourselves, so they don't really need to punish us because we kind of feel it.
How are you punished for getting those bad grades?
I don't get spanked, but
I see. I do get spanked.
you get spanked.
So yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
That's me.
Oh.
At the Great Wall of China. 1988.
Oh my god.
It's not my classroom, it's his classroom. Oh yeah, and all these kids who played accordion. Do kids still play accordion? We met all these children who played accordion.
Yeah, why go there? I didn't saw anyone play that. But
Like this. All these
accordion.
kids.
Oh, yeah. You know, when I was young, I was in the accordion.
Here's my college president and the college president of Nanshida.
Like,
Nanshida. Who's my calligraphy teacher? It's my calligraphy teacher. Oh. I should have brought back stuff when I was in France. I should have brought you guys back pictures. This is in Nanjing. This is where I was.
Yeah, this old China.
Yeah.
You know what? These pictures are valuable. Yeah. You know.
Look, right there, pictures of the market. Oh, let me show you. We used to go here all the time. Look at this. Look at these pictures. Some of the best food around it was. And they put these, they stuck them. Look, see how they're stuck on the pot? They would stick them and then they'd peel them off. Oh my god, they're so good.
Did you eat that before?
Oh, there. We ate that like every day.
Really?
It was so good.
Yeah, I would change to